Hello and welcome to Debbie. In this video, we're going to work on strengthening our core and our back muscles and our leg muscles from a tabletop position from hands and knees. Have your folded blanket in the center of your mat to cushion your knees. You'll notice that I use a very interesting kind of block. I use this block because I have arthritis in my fingers and wrists, and I can't bear weight on a flat hand. And so these blocks allow me to do much the same thing. You can also use weights and just wrap your hand around the bar of the weight if you'd like. You can also use a block. If you grip a block this way, it'll help protect the wrist and it'll allow you to keep your fingers bent. All right, let's come right into a tabletop position on our hands and knees, making sure that the wrists are directly underneath the shoulders. If your hands are flat on the mat, spread the fingers wide, press into the tips of the fingers, lengthen through the spine. The crown of the head is reaching toward the front of your mat. And let's just inhale and exhale through a cat and dog pose. So inhale, lengthen through the front side body, lift the gaze slightly, and exhale, contract through the front side body, release the head. And again, inhaling, lengthening through the front side body, exhaling, contracting the belly, releasing the head. And come back to neutral pose. Good. And now let's extend that left leg, tucking the toes under. And you may need to reposition your hands a little bit so that you feel centered, making sure always that your wrists are directly underneath the shoulders. Reach with the crown of the head and see how you do with this. On the inhale, float that left leg long, lifting it up. The hips stay pretty much parallel, and the toes and the ball of the foot and the sole of the foot is reaching to the back of the room. Make sure that you haven't forgotten to breathe. And now one more inhale here, and exhale, touching down with the toes. And let's breathe through a couple more lifts. Inhale, lifting that left leg. Exhale, touching down. One more time. Inhaling the lift. Exhaling, lowering. Very nice. Bringing that left knee down. And let's do the other side. I'm going to turn around and face the other direction so that you can better see my leg. So once again, come into a nice, steady tabletop, long spine, wrists underneath the shoulders. Crown of the head reaches to the front of the room. Inhale, extend that right leg back, tucking the right toes under and adjusting your hand position so that you feel centered and steady. On the inhale, lifting that right leg, reaching the ball of the foot and the toes toward the back of the room. Inhale. Exhale, make sure you're not collapsing through the shoulders. One more inhale here, and exhale, touching down with the toes. Let's breathe through a couple repetitions. Inhaling, lifting the right leg, reaching to the back of the room. Exhale with control, lowering down. One more time. Inhaling, reaching to the back of the room. And exhale, lowering down until the toes touch. Good. Bringing that right knee back to the blanket. Let's move through a couple of cat and dog movements, making sure that you're moving with your breath, inhaling and exhaling. And then let's see if we can close with a child pose. If you like to use a cushion or a block behind you, you may. If you like to bring your toes together, you may. Easing the seat toward the heels, You can come onto your forearms or extend the arms out in front of you, releasing the head and finding some comfort, stability, and relaxation here. And when you're ready, working your way up, coming down on one hip, coming back to your comfortable seated position. Thank you so much for joining Yoga with Debbie.